I'm going to have you guys get on this deck with me, please.
But as you can see, there's a second half of this hoist, so we are all going down at the same time, just doing 2 different levels. Watch your step, and there's also a gust of wind, so watch any loose clothing.
Yeah.
You'll notice a couple of things. First, it will get very dark, so if we do need a light, I can turn that on. Second, the air pressure will change, so your ears will probably start to feel a little weird. Just yawn, swallow, or if you do have any gum chewing, that is also very helpful. And we're just starting our 650-foot descent. It's going to take us about 90 seconds to reach the bottom. Just a little fun fact for you guys, this darkness is actually kind of authentic to the original miner's experience. The original hoist was made of wood, and the headlamps that they used were carbide lamps, which is basically a lighter strapped to your forehead, so they always put those out whenever ascending or descending. And if you can't wrap your head around the idea of how deep we're going, if you've ever been to the St. Louis Arch, we're actually going 20 feet deeper than that is tall. And as we get closer to the bottom here and start to slow down, we'll hear a light chiming. That just means we're about 50 feet from the bottom, or about 30 seconds from the bottom. Alright, and the first source of light we receive is from underground vaults and storage. They store things like movie memorabilia and medical records. So if you were born in Kansas or know someone born in Kansas, their birth certificate or your birth certificate's probably stored back there somewhere. Alright, as I open this door, we're just going to watch this corner. And as you guys step off, you're going to make a left turn and greet Lars here.
We're in the mine.
Documents for you on this? get nice and close so you can hear them.
Yeah, we want to squeeze in just a little bit so I can get you all in this area. All right. Well, first off, welcome to Strataca. Welcome to the underground portion of Strataca. You are now 650 feet underground. So this area right here, this is what we call the Permian Room. The reason why we call it that is because geologists have told us that around 275 million years ago or so, there was a sea here called the Permian Sea, which covered most of what is now Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, and New Mexico. So this sea had so much salt in it, and over time that salt was deposited into the seabed. So right now, you have about 300 feet of salt sitting above you, but still 80 feet of salt sitting below you. Right now, we're in a bed of salt that's about 400 feet thick with salt. So anyways, take your time, explore at your own pace. You'll start here in the Permian Room, you'll work your way that way down what we call the Narrows. And there should be somebody up there that points you left into the gallery. And if you have any questions, any concerns, don't know where to go, anything, just ask anybody with a blue or a silver hard hat, and they'll help you out. With that being said, you guys are free to go, and have a great tour.
Yeah. Thank you. Uh-oh, there goes one.
Yeah.
And Daddy, that is crazy that it takes 90 seconds for the elevator to come down here. Because this is so far down in the
650
earth.
feet.
How could this fun garden?
Okay, all right. Thank you, Ryan.
Wait, so this is where we are right now, and then you press that. We're there. So if there's so much stuff that we are underneath right now. But you're allowed to come back.
Sure. In the 1920s, they dug that deep. In the 1950s, they dug that. So they've been down here for 100 years.
You get all those
These are all the animals they found out here. the salt mine.
Inside they get salt.
Okay, so welcome to the mining gallery. This is where we got most of our exhibits. Now there are two videos on the left, one on the right. Now the entire museum is a giant circle. So once you get to the end of the room, you take a right. That'll lead you to the train station. Once you're done with that, we'll spit you out front here for your dark ride. Okay. Other than that, you just kind of bounce between stuff along the way down. Do you guys have any questions?
Is there a specific time when you can be off the train to get on
The
that?
only thing that you need to be here on time for is that yellow tag.
Okay.
Everything else is when you get to it.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Thank you guys.
We came from Florida because we're on a road trip.
From Florida? You're so far from home.
Yeah, we're on a huge road trip.
You're from Florida. Does that mean you have a pet alligator?
Actually, we have an alligator creek in our backyard.
Okay.
In our backyard, we have an alligator creek.
We sure do.
But we never seen an alligator in this because they just moved.
Gotcha.
It looks like the stuff that they use to transport the salt.
It is.
One of the first steps is undercutting. The Carey Salt Company and its successors have used many undercutters over the years. The undercutter is a chainsaw that cuts into the bottom of the mine face, which is the wall about to be
And
mined.
why for seats in there? This is not
The
the
blade
script
cuts
for the
a
salt,
huge
the script for
8 feet
people.
from the wall. It
This
allows
transports
it to
people.
cut. This cut thickens the wall, making the blast more efficient and giving the salt a place to fall. A skilled miner can undercut a 50-foot wall in 25 minutes. The undercutter also enables the miners to maintain a fairly level floor. The gash, which is called a curve, is cut relatively straight, but with each advancing curve comes a bump in the floor. You can see where each new wall was formed with every successive blast on the floor in this bay. The undercutter's blade is adjustable and is useful for cutting trenches into the floor. It carved out this hole in the maintenance shop to enable mechanics to work on the mining equipment. A companion task to the undercutting is the drilling. Large 8-foot drill bits are attached to a drill to bore holes into the mine face. A miner generally drills just 6
It's the
holes
cutter
into
that
the
cut
bore face,
through,
which takes 20
that
minutes.
cut through the mine.
The mine has several types of drills on operation. Some drills at this one actually date to the 1930s and have been circulated for several years.
Why is there a slactor in the mine? Slackers are for fun, not mine.
This drill took a 2-minute drill about 1.5 hours to drill a base. About 1960, it was replaced with a hydraulic drill. This drill reduced manpower by time by hand. The hydraulic drill also made it easy to change the angles of the holes for maximum blasting effectiveness. Once the miners have prepared the room, they're then ready to wire it with explosives. walls are drilled and undercut. Explosives are put through the holes. At first, the miners used electric gas in order to set off a series of blasts in sequence. This was dangerous. Later, they used
The people say that the fine stuff in the holes they use explosives.
Now that you have seen how the salt caverns are made, you may be wondering, what kind of a person does it take to be a salt miner? And what is a miner's life really like? Let's take a look. We'll head through the tunnels to Hutchinson Salt, just a couple miles away from here, and see who's working today. The miners come underground with the same hoist that carries the salt. Then they commute a couple of miles to work in diesel-powered vehicles. Headlights and miners' lamps keep the miner from being plunged into total darkness. Willie Willard has been working in the salt mine more than 30 years. He likes to sing to himself as he drives along. Willie is a general labor in keeping the salt alive.
Look, it's a salt bucket. That looks like a salt bucket.
That's where they keep the explosives. Yeah, listen.
What?
That's where they keep the explosives. Okay, thank you. Thank you, it's nice.
The earliest years used the simplest technology. Crews worked in teams of two, and they hand-loaded the cars, which were on track that had been laid all the way up to the base. It took about an hour to load one 3.5-ton car. Then the car was hauled by an electric locomotive to the skip or hoist, where each individual car was turned in a rotary tunnel, which channeled the salt into the skip's 4-ton bucket to be hauled topside. Around 1940, the Carey Salt Company bought a joint loader, partly in response to the shortening labor supply due to World War II. Instead of having to lay rails to the newly blasted hub, the joint loader brought the salt to the track. This loader had arms that swept up the salt off the running floor and put it into a trolley car. As soon as the trolley was built, it transported the salt to the track and dumped it in the waiting cars to move to the hoist. One or more locomotives put in the commercial workers were moved forward to the road station and move the salt. This compound all engines started to join in order to switch tasks for the road. In 1950, the Carey Company bought the joint the size of a softball. Then it was conveyed to rail cars and hauled up the skip. In 1983, the mine abandoned the rail system altogether and began transporting the salt with a conveyor belt line. The junk loader and trolley cars have been replaced by low-haul dump vehicles, or LHDs, which are carried by soybeans. They can haul 6 cubic yards of salt in their front-loading buckets. They take the salt to the pig crusher, which reduces the rocks to 8-inch size before injecting them onto the belt. Then the salt travels over 2 miles to the skip, a trip that takes about 45 minutes. In the shed is another crusher, which breaks the salt into gravel-sized pieces. The salt is stockpiled into a hopper to control flow of the skip. Each bucket on the skip holds 4 tons of salt, and it operates continuously when not transporting people. The skip carries the salt 750 feet to the surface, where it's screened for medium and fine particles. The salt is carried on a conveyor to storage bins that hold the salt until it's transported to the fleet of rail cars to be distributed across the country. The fine, which takes the form of a soft powder, is treated in much the same way as the coarser salt, but before it's placed in a truck or rail car,
Train cars here because it said that they take the salt up to the surface and they put it in those train cars and then they get a swing and then they take it to another place.
Well,
In
that's good.
1969, the Carey Salt Company constructed a new storage shed. Salt harvested in the summer awaits winter demand in this shed. To maximize space, the shed follows the slope of the inclination angle, which is the
Push it. And push it. I guess there we go.
Is there anyone out there?
Mars doesn't have anything to do with mine.
let's go.
Daddy, look what's there.
So one thing you want to do when you're signing up people is you want to look at their shuttle status. We can take, let's set the first ride for 10 o'clock. So we can take anybody that's over here. So let's go ahead and start getting folks signed up for the train. We can take anybody who's a 10:30 shuttle out on the train at 10 o'clock. That way they'll have this ride and just start getting these folks and getting them signed up. Right here, just get their.
Are you guys together? Yeah. Okay. What's your guys' name?
Jessica?
What's your last name?
Debater, D-E-V-A-T-E-R.
A-D-E-R. That's 3.
Alright, we're gonna go out in 5 minutes. We're gonna go.
Is the restroom close by here?
Just go out through where it says exit, take a right, and then take a left and get to the gift store. Right across from the gift store.
And there's 2 of you.
Yep.
What's your last name?
Snodgrass, S-N